Hey everybody, and welcome back to BK's Bullets, and today we're going to talk about Invincible, Episode 6. Hey everybody, and welcome back to BK's Bullets. As always, I am your host, Brent Casina, and we're going to talk about the newest episode of Invincible. This is Episode 6. Now, before we get into it, I'd like to ask you to do, please, one thing. Subscribe. Helps me out, lets you know when I post new videos, helps the channel grow, and all that. Now, let's get into Invincible. So another new episode. We got a little bit of forward movement in terms of the Nolan's dad plot line and stuff like that. But really, majority of this episode was kind of about Mark hopefully coming to the realization that, you can't be a superhero and a human at the same time. Looks like our girl Adam Eve has already figured this out as she left her parents to go live her superhero life only. And Mark's trying to split the difference. And this is one of the things I like about Kirkman's comics, is that he takes the more realistic take. Yeah, is it a little unbelievable for Clark Kent and Superman to be two different people? Or, to have the secret life, Bruce Wayne, Batman kind of doesn't really do that per se, as much as he, ignores the Bruce Wayne part of his life, or makes it seem like it's very empty, hollow, and shallow instead of actually living it, whereas Clark really tries to split the difference. And that's something that they're exploring in the Superman and Lois TV show. If you haven't watched that, go check it out. I got a review up on the channel, the first episode on there. I really like that show. But Invincible and The Walking Dead have always taken the more realistic route. And that's something that I really enjoy about Kirkman's comics, is that it's a little bit more realism. It's more relatable in that way, because there's not there are some unbelievable things, like superheroes, for instance, or aliens, or whatever the case may be. But in terms of the individual situations the characters are put in, it's always a believable angle is always chosen. And that's what I really enjoy about Kirkman's take on stuff. And that's what I'm really enjoying out of this part of Invincible. We're putting Mark in a situation where he has to choose between saving his best friend as Invincible or, going and hiding next to his girlfriend. And he chooses what he should. He's got power, he's got responsibilities, and he's going to use it, especially when his best friend is, got this giant cyborg monster about to kill him. So I really like that. But, hopefully he's coming to the realization, because I've already realized it, this girl Amber is either not for you, or, you definitely can't, split the difference between, being a full-time human and Invincible. I mean, your dad doesn't have a job. Omni-Man does not have a day job, as far as we know, at least in the series. He's, he takes the costume off and lives his life, but most of the time it seems like he's just Omni-Man. How he gets paid or whatever, I have no idea. Maybe the mom supports him all. Unclear, right? But most of the other superheroes seem to be full-time superheroes, as in terms of getting paid, things like that. Instead of doing this split personality thing. And if Mark's gonna do it, he's got to do it. And if that means that you gotta watch people die, if you're gonna live your life as a human and go to college and have a human girlfriend and stuff like that, then you need to commit to it, because if he was human and he was in this situation, he wouldn't have been able to do anything anyway. So if he's going to choose to be human, then you got to choose to not save people, as painful as that may be. And that's really, I think, speaks to Mark's character, in that choice is not really a choice for him. He's got to save his best friend. He's got to do something about all this nonsense, this destruction, this weird cyborg robot, and he goes and saves. And of course his best friend recognizes him. I mean, what best friend wouldn't recognize your face in a mask that just looks like this if they've stared at your face all the time, right? A terrible best friend, that's who. So, of course, Mark's best friend recognizes him, just straight up looking up at Invincible going, "Mark? Is that you?" Anyone who's seen anybody in a Batman mask, you can tell it's them. You can recognize their eyes. You can recognize the shape of their mouth and their face. It's always been one of these silly things. So it's nice that Invincible, this TV show, is recognizing it and reckoning with it, I gotta say, Andrew Reynolds, who is the actor that plays Mark's best friend, is doing a great job. I always enjoy him whenever I see him on TV. I always enjoy him, when he shows up here in Invincible as his character. I can't remember his name, sorry. But, man, they really did, carve a nice episode out to feature him in terms of giving his best friend a character arc and things to do. It wasn't just an excuse to take Mark away and put him in the situation. He had a real arc because he had this guy he was in love with, and then unfortunately that guy got turned into a robot monster. And the part where the bad guy, the crazy student with the long slicked back hair, was cutting into him, and you see the boyfriend as a cyborg across the hall or across the room just crying. And then he's over here, he's like strapped on a table going, yeah, it's me, it's really me, come on, save me. Oh, it got me a little bit. I really enjoyed, that was some really good acting. And I don't normally recognize really good acting in animation. So I'm watching Falcon the Winter Soldier, I'll recognize good acting in a live action show instantly. Something will get me a lot of the time. Animation, usually it takes a lot more to get to me, but this, just how crazy and wacky, but then how real it was, just got me a little bit. It was just like, oh, I really feel for that moment. It was entertaining and heartfelt and warm in the strangest way. And that is what I would describe Invincible as, is this superhero realism, heartwarming but entertaining show. That's going to hit you in the feels in terms of, the emotion, and then punch you in the gut in terms of the level of violence and blood that's on this show. That's still there. And you got at the same time, you got the side plot with Robot and, is it Kid Giant or something? Girl Dinosaur, Girl Giant. Can't remember her name, her superhero name. But it's cool that, her whole shtick is, I turn into a monster, and every time I turn into a monster, I get a bit younger. So she's actually like 24 years old. As she said in the previous episode, she's like, I'm actually 24. I'm old enough to drink. I'm just in a 12-year-old body. And here you have Robot, who's obviously like pining for her. He's been programmed with emotions. I think we'll get to his backstory further on. Can't remember quite if it's explored in the comic books. I'm pretty positive it is. But he's an entertaining character for sure. And the thing with the Mahler twins, and we think, maybe he's a bad guy. Honestly, from what I remember, and from at least from just watching this show, Robot, I think, has, not ulterior motives. He has good motives. It's just doing things in seems like a bad guy kind of way, right? Like me, I don't know if this is true or not, but this is my speculation. That thing the Mahler twins are growing for Robot, I kind of wonder if it is another body for Monster Girl. That's her name, Monster Girl. I wonder if it's like another body for her, because it looks kind of that same size, right? That's my opinion. I could be wrong. Maybe he's growing a body for himself at the same age as Monster Girl, so they can go be together. I don't know. I don't remember. I read the comics years and years ago. But I'm enjoying Invincible. It's got a lot of fun things. The one thing I will say is I don't like is having somebody have the word invincible every time, and cutting that word out every time they jump into the title card. I do like how that gets bloodier every week, but I don't like, finding a way for somebody to say invincible and then cutting it out and cutting to the title card. It's a little cheesy, but hey, it's a cartoon, it's animation, right? Let me know down below if you guys are enjoying Invincible. I really need to hear from some of y'all if you're liking this show or not. And thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next week with another review of Invincible here on BK's Bullets. And we'll see you in the funny pages.